Hello everyone, this is Carrie with Inkwell Collectibles, and tonight we're going to be opening our Final Fantasy Collector Booster display box. So we have Q the Victory Fanfare. It has 12 packs in it, may include a serialized card. The chances of that are very low. I don't know if you guys have seen, it's only 77 for the Golden Chocobo. Definitely higher chances to get one of the neon ones, which would be very cool. Not really holding my breath on that. I've heard that the pull rate is not exceptionally high. But you never know, that'd be pretty awesome if we did. So I'm really just hoping to get some surge foils. And then these are all going to be cards for up at the shop. They will be available Friday at noon when we open. And so we are just going to get going. We'll see. These do not open easily. You need to use the pull tab. Alright, so I'm curious. So we start with our token, hero, and food. And then for Surge Foil, hopefully you guys can see that, we have Cecil Dark Knight, double-sided card. And then Cecil the Redeemed Paladin. For rare, Adia Kramer. A legendary creature, Human Wizard, for another rare. And we have our first mythic, Cloud Planet's Champion. And then Genova, Ancient Calamity Alien. The art on that actually is pretty cool. We have Hermes, Overseer of Elpis. And I'm going to apologize in advance. I have not really played any Final Fantasy, so I may butcher some of the names. Again, apologies in advance, but it's very possible. Then we have Vincent Valentine, and then Galleon Beast for our other rare, Forest, which we do have some nice little chocobos in there. And then full art. And then for commons, uncommons, I'm just going to show you what those are. And put those off to the side just to make it a little bit faster. Yeah, these packs do not open easily, which is a good thing for the most part, unless you're trying to open them quickly. So we have Hero and Treasure for our tokens. And then Search Foil, we have Kuja Genome Sorcerer, which is pretty cool. Ooh, and it's double-sided. And then we have Trans Kuja, Fate Defied, which art-wise, that is pretty cool. Again, I love search foiling. Then we have Newfound Adventurer, uncommon, but full art. And then Yuna, Hope of Spira, non-foil for our mythic. Kryl Baldesion, Dwarf Wizard. Tifa Lockhart, I know that was a card that I've heard quite a few people asking about. Then we have Stiltskin Moogle Merchant as a Moogle type, which is kind of fun. And then we have our Mountain, full art foil. Full art uncommon. Another uncommon. And then just for our basic art, we have those. And we will just keep moving along to the next. So we have Hero, Bird for the tokens. And then this is not search file. It is a mythic though. Summon Bahamut for our Saga Dragon. I do like that they are introducing this for this particular set. That the sagas are also creatures as well. So it is a 9/9 with flying, and then it does a few bit of things, which is pretty fun. Uncommon for full art. Then we have Kuja, Genome Sorcerer, which was double-sided, not surge foil on that one. Helitrooper, Ishgard the Holy Sea, Genova, Ancient Calamity again. And then full art land is Seventh Heaven Plains. We have Eden, Seed of the Sanctum, Queen Braun. And then for normal art, we have those going for you. I'm going to put the rares away. So far, one mythic per pack, which is pretty good. I've heard that it's kind of hit and miss as to what you get out of those. And then so we have our token, copy, and hero. Then we have Raban, Bull of Alamigo, full art. And then we have for our mythic on this pack, Zidane Tribal. Ragavan Nimble Pilferer as who he is. Cecil Dark Knight, double-sided, to Cecil Redeemed Paladin again. Professor Hojo, Ga Feral Youth, the Fire Crystal, and then Swamp, full art, and two of the same card in the uncommon full art slot, Summon Primal Garuda. And then here are the rest of the commons and uncommons. And so we have Hero and another bird token, cute little chocobo. And we have Go-Go, Master of Mimicry for Mythic, first card on that slot or pack. Lucas Stadium, uncommon. Then we have Balam Garden Seed Academy for our rare town. Beatrix, Loyal General. Trammell, Seymour's Butler. Summon Knights of Round for another Saga Knight on this one for the Saga creature. He's a 3/3 indestructible. That is another mythic, so 2 out of 1 pack. Another Swamp, different art on this one, so that's cool. And then we have Summon GF Ifrit, Gladolius, Amicitia. And then here are the commons, uncommons. Pack number 6. So our token, hero and knight. And then starting rare, summon Primal Odin. In the full art regular foiling, we have uncommon Wild Rose Rebellion, which is counterspell. So that's pretty cool. Sephiroth, Planet's Heir for our first mythic. I didn't know they did a few Sephiroths in here. He is a pretty sought after card. We have Edgar, King of Figaro. Setzer, Wandering Gambler. Summoner's Grimoire. And then Island, which that is our first island so far out of all of these. Then we have Omega, Heartless Evolution. Summon Choco Mog. And then the other commons, uncommons. All right, so we have token, hero, and elemental. So lots of heroes, but I like that I'm getting a lot of different art for those. Then we're starting with Sin, Spear's Punishment, Leviathan Avatar 7/7. That's actually pretty cool. Then we have Van, Aspiring Sky Pirate, Captain Lannery Storm. For uncommon, Vivi Ornator. He is a mythic, but another card that I know is actually super popular for this set. Probably going to be one of the most popular commanders. But that's awesome. Then we have Zodiark, Umbral God. Papomayo Tocholimo. Minwu, White Mage. And then we have another Swamp, which this is our third Swamp and actually third different art for those so far. So that's actually really cool. I didn't know they were doing that many different arts for those. Zidane, Reno and Rude. And then we have commons, uncommons. And so another starting token, Bird, Wizard. And so first card is Brynhildr. And then we have Astral Titan, 6/6 Primeval Titan, which is a rare. Memories Returning, the Warring Triad. Ultima for sorcery, Lightning, Army of One. And then we have Mountain for our full art land. Stolen Uniform, Zidane again, and then rest of our commons and uncommons. All right, on to the next. We're moving through this. We have 3 packs left after this. So none of the Neon Chocobos. Again, I wasn't really holding my breath on those. It'd be cool though. More search foils would be nice. All right, we have Hero and Treasure. And then starting card rare, Genova Ancient Calamity. Then we have Battle at the Big Bridge for Fatal Push. Celeste Rune Knight for Mythic out of this pack. Then we have Oaka Traveling Merchant, Sabin Master Monk, Balthier and Fran. Ooh, and then we have Waste, which first one I've come across on this so far for our lands, full art. Then we have the Summon Choco Mog, Clash of the Icons, and the rest of the commons and uncommons. All right, starting token again. Wizard and Bird. And first one is land and sorcery for adventure card. Midgar, City of Mako, rare. Then we have Wild Rose Rebellion counterspell. Here we go. So we do have another Surge foil now. Yuna Grand Summoner for Mythic. And then we have another Midgar. So 2 of those out of the same pack. That's 2 packs out of the set that's happened with. And then we have the Masamune for our equipment. The Regalia. And then another different planes for this set. And then Surge foil, Zidane, Tantalus Thief. Rydia, Summoner of Mist. And then the rest of the commons and uncommons. 2 packs left. And they still are not getting any easier to open. Which, with the price of the set, is a good thing. Now, we definitely know that nothing's happened with them. But we're starting with our Hero and Horror for our token. Rare, we have our first crystal. We have the Fire Crystal. So that's actually going to be a very useful card, especially in the full art. It's very pretty that way. Then we have Search for the Frozen Esper, or Nature's Claim. We have Dion Bahamut's Dominant, Summon Leviathan, Summon Kujata. So at least they're different, even though we have 2 summons right in a row. Then we have Heart of Hydaline. And then another different island, full art. Crystal Fragments, Side Quest, Hunt the Mark. First side quest I believe I've gotten so far. Flips into a dragon. And then the rest of the commons and uncommons. And so starting token, we have Hero, Treasure, another full art foil, the Masum, and then we have another Van Aspiring Sky Pirate, which is also Captain Lannery, uncommon, Kuja, Genome Sorcerer, here we go, Jumbo Cactuar. This is a card that I have had a couple people request if I come across it to let them know, because they do want that one. It is hilarious with this particular card. I know there's another card in this set that counteracts it, but that is pretty funny. I am glad I got that one. And then Soldier Military Program and Saz Catroy. And then another different island. And then we have Fenrir, Anima, and then the rest of the commons and uncommons out of there. I think with the lands, I don't believe that I had any repeats out of those. So I'm just trying to sort these just to verify. Yeah, none of those are repeats, so that's actually really cool. So out of 12 packs, 12 lands, no repeats on the art, at least, that they did out of there. This set is not super heavy with our mythics, but 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 mythics out of the box I am pretty happy with. And then especially getting at least the 1 Surge foil out of the mythic. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you are able to get a hold of your own Final Fantasy packs, I hope you have a lot of fun opening those. And if you like the video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Enjoy the rest of your night. Thanks.